Okay, so in the last video, we have understood list in a general way. But while understanding that concept, we had came across two more terms, okay, which was immutable and mutable, where we had said that list is a mutable object, whereas string is immutable. Okay, so in this video, we are going to understand what exactly is immutable and what exactly is mutable, and how one is different from other, and how we can check which one is mutable or immutable. And as you might recall, when we said or when we talked about sequence types in Python, we had told that strings as well as list both are sequence type. So basically both behaves in similar way. So what we are going to do is that we are going to see comparatively how strings behave and how lists behave and how they are mutable and immutable. Okay. So let us try to understand that using a simple example. So I'll just remove this code out. Okay, and let us take a simple example of a string. Okay, so if I take a string, suppose with name as, if I take my name Samir as one of the string. Okay, and what I want to do is that let us just see what I'm doing. Okay, so in this second instruction or second line, what I've done, my underscore name, I have created that variable and I have equated, assigned, or I have equated that to name string. Okay, so you might recall what will happen if I just print out my name. Okay, so let us just do that as well. So I want to print out what is my name. Okay, so I suggest you can guess what will be the output of this code, and it will be very simple. Okay, so as you can see, if I just start to print it out, my name will also be equated to, because we have said that on line number 2 it will say that my name is also Samir. Okay, but actually there is a very big takeaway from this particular program, and the takeaway is how the Python behaves in background. Actually, we are dealing with two variables here, right? So one is a name and other one is my name. Okay, but whether Python is also considering two different variables, because the thing is we are only dealing with single string. Okay, and there are two variables which are having the same value. So we can check whether Python has created two different variables when I've created this variable as well, or whether it is doing something else. So let us just see that, and then I will reveal what is actually happening. Okay, so there is a function in Python that we can make use of for checking it out. So let us just go into documentation first, and I will tell you what we are about to see. Okay, so in the built-in functions, there is a function that we want to make use of. This is called as ID function. So if I just click over that, okay, so basically ID, just observe what is being said in this particular documentation. ID return the identity of an object. Okay, so whatever object you are going to put inside it, it is going to give or return the identity of that. This is an integer which is guaranteed to be unique and constant for the object during its lifetime. Okay, so in a simple term, let us just observe what they have said over here. This is the address of the object in the memory. Okay, so this is the important part that I want you to understand. Basically, this function gives us the memory address of that particular object. Okay, and the object in our case would be our variable. So we are going to see whether the Python is having the same address, because as you know, variables when they are created, they will be having unique addresses or unique memory locations if they are different. Okay, so what we are going to do in our program is we are going to check whether there are two different addresses to our two variables, or whether we are dealing with only single address. Okay, so what we can do over here is that I'm going to make use of ID function. Okay, and we are going to check the ID first of my first variable name. Okay, and let us just print it out, right? So we'll have to print it uh, in the print function, right? So it should be written like this. Okay, so it will print out the ID of name, and let us also print out the ID of my name. Okay, so I want you to guess what will be the, I'll just remove this line out. Okay, we don't want this. So I just want you to guess what will be the output of this particular print. Okay, here I am going to print out the unique ID, and as you have read over there that they are saying that this ID will be unique over the lifetime, but practically it should be unique over the execution of the code. Okay, so it should be unique. Okay, right? If the variable is different. Okay, and again here we are printing out the ID of our second variable that we have created over here. Okay, so let us just see what output do we get. Okay, so as you can observe, don't worry about what is the value of the ID. It is just the address or memory address of your variable. As you can observe, we are getting the exact same ID. Okay, and the reason why it is happening so is because Python in background is treating both these variables as one and the same. Only what they are doing is that these two labels, okay, name and my name, both these labels are being labeled to this particular string. Okay, the string that we have created submit. Okay, so the important thing that you have to remember over here is that Python is more concerned regarding the value than what you are naming it by. So that is why what Python has does is that it has considered this value as Samir, and it has labeled by both the names because both the values are same. But still it doesn't say anything about the immutability of our strings. Okay, so how we can check that? Okay, so let's just see what I'm about to do. So what I'm doing is that I'm going to write a statement over here. Okay, I'll just put a space over there so as to make Python happy, and I'm going to attach my surname to that. Okay, so this is the line that I have printed out, that I have written. Okay, and after this what I'm going to do, let us just print our string as well. Okay, the string that that is there in the name. Okay, let's just see what will happen. Okay, I hope you have understood what we have done over here. Okay, so this is equivalent to, we have told this many times, this is equivalent to name is equal to name plus the string that we have written, right? So this will be equivalent to that, right? So let us just print out and see how it will affect on our name string. So if I just run it out, you will observe that we have got the IDs earlier. Okay, so there is no problem with that, but what I am getting is the final string, which is Samir Kararkar. Okay, so what is being done? The one string is attached to the other. We have in other words, we have concatenated the two strings. Okay, just observe what I'm about to do now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out these two lines. Okay, so these are the IDs that we had printed out earlier. Okay, so what I'm about to do is that as like we had already printed out the IDs earlier, I'm again going to print out the two IDs. Okay, these IDs were printed before there was any change that was made, and these two IDs are getting printed when I have done some change to my original string. Okay, so now I want you to understand, now I want you to guess what will be the output of this particular code. Okay, so if you have guessed, let us just quickly run and check what do we get. As you can observe, what is being happened over here is that these were the earlier IDs of our string, okay, which were same. Okay, but as soon as I have made some change, you can observe now both the IDs are completely different. Okay, and how come this is happening? So even though we have written this line of code over there, this is the thing with immutability. Okay, so immutable object means this string was, or this string cannot be modified or updated by Python. So what Python did instead was that it created another string which was using, or which was created by executing this line. Okay, so the final string that was created, it was now it was created with a different variable, it was labeled with a different variable, and that is why when we executed that, when we executed the IDs, we found out that the IDs were completely different. So that is what proves that Python was not able to modify or update our string. If it was, just understand, if it was able to do it, it wouldn't have been changing the IDs. Okay, so it has, because it was not able to do it, that is why the IDs are now completely different. Okay, so I hope you have understood why strings are immutable and why they cannot be updated like that. Okay. So this is how immutable sequence types behave. Okay, but what about mutable sequence types then? Okay, so what about, or how about list? How will list behave about it? Okay, so for that, let us just comment this code out. We are going to use it. Okay, but timing, let us just comment this code out before we understand a few things about list. Okay, so in the last video we have seen the basics of list, how we can create it. Okay, so list constructor and all, but let us just take again the same list, similar list that we had taken earlier. So suppose if the name of the list is numbers, okay, and it is a list of numbers, right? So suppose it is like something like this. Okay, so we have told that this is a list, right? And if I just print it out, as you know, numbers, so you know what will be the output of this. Okay, so it will give you the list that we have created. Okay, then is it possible to add values to this list? Is it possible to append values to the list? So yes. Okay, so we can append values to the to this existing list. We can add values to this list. Okay, so how it can be done? So there is a method in Python that we can make use of. Okay, and that method is called as dot append method. Okay, so how it can be done is that, let us just see. So I can write it like numbers dot append. Okay, and in parenthesis you should write what value do we want to append to our list. So suppose if I just write 4 over there. Okay, and let's just see what will be the final list that will be created. Okay, so what I've just done, I have written a statement numbers dot append 4, and then I'm printing out my final list. So as you can observe, now the list is updated. Now the list is added with one more value 4. Okay, so this is the way you can add values to your existing list. If you just check documentation as well, so in more on list, you will find that there is this method list dot append x. Okay, right? So x will be representing the item that you want to append. List will be the name of the list that you are having, and append will append value x to this particular list, right? So let us just go back to our code again. So I hope you have understood how we can append to any existing list. Okay, so let us just use the same concept in our earlier code, and let us just try to understand how list will behave in this respect. Okay, so if I just remove the commented code, okay, so let us just have here, rather than having a single string, let us just have a list of strings. Okay, so suppose one name is Samir, and suppose another name is, suppose, Kunal. Okay, and if I just close my list. Okay, so rather than having a single list, a single string, now I'm having a list which is containing two strings. Okay, one string is my name Samir, and other one is which is having a name Kunal. Okay, so other things will be as it is. So what I've done, I have created another list, okay, my name, and I have equated with my earlier list. Okay, then I'm going to print out the IDs of both the lists that are being created. Then I'll have to do some change over here. Okay, so we know, we have seen how to add data to our existing list. Okay, so we'll have to make use of that append method that we have seen, right? So what we can do is name dot, we have seen append, right? And in parenthesis we are going to add another value. Suppose I add name as Ravish. Okay, so this will append to my existing list. Then we are going to print out what the list is again, and then after that we are going to print out the respective IDs of our first list as well as our next second list. Okay, let us now run, and I want you to recall what was the output for this code with respect to strings. Okay, when we ran this code with respect to strings, we got completely different IDs over here, right? As you can recall, and let us just see what happens when we do it for strings. Okay, so when I run it, just observe what has happened. Okay, so these were the earlier IDs which were without making any change, and these are the IDs which are there after making the change. And as you can observe, there is no change at all in the IDs. It means that in other and here is the list that is being created after appending, right? So what it means that the list which was created at this stage, same list is being carried over all over the code. Okay, the list is not changed, the list was only appended over here, but still the Python has not created any other object, or it has not created different variable for storing the appended or storing the modified list. Okay, the reason is that list itself is a mutable sequence. Mutable sequence means you can modify the contents of any list, and if you do so, there is no need to create other object. There is no need to create different variable for that. Okay, and that is the very reason we got the same IDs that we were getting at this point. Okay, so I hope you have understood why list is called as a mutable sequence. The IDs didn't change, and because the IDs didn't change, it means that the Python is referring to the same list, okay, using this name as well as using this name. Okay, and even after modified the list by adding this particular name in the list, still Python has not changed the IDs. Still Python has not created different IDs. Still we are using the same IDs in the code. Okay, so eventually it means that my name and name, both the lists will be one and the same. Okay, or being more specific, they will be pointing to the same location in the memory. So I hope using this simple example you might have understood the difference between mutable sequence and immutable sequence. Then we have also seen how to make use of append method, okay, to add to existing list, okay, and how even though string and list are similar in the way of sequence, they are quite different in the way of their type, okay, and in terms of mutable and immutable. Okay, so okay, then we are going to see more about lists in the coming video, and I will see you over there.